What is going on, guys and girls? My name is James, ThnxCya. Welcome back today to Roblox. How doing, everyone? Welcome back. Welcome back. Today, of course, it is time once again for some brand new Bee Swarm Simulator. And as promised, we are back with a brand new, hot and spicy Bee Swarm Simulator leaks video. And oh my goodness, today we are going to be talking about all things bee mutation. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so 3, 2, 1. The hive is already claimed. How are we all doing? I hope you guys are good. Welcome back. Yeah. So basically, yesterday we released a video talking about a few of the new up-and-coming features for the next update. So from what we can tell so far, yes, there is going to be some kind of festive update, but as well as that, hopefully there is going to be some more features that have been slightly delayed, and yeah, hopefully they're all coming out in one go. So in that episode, in case you missed it, make sure you go and check it out. I'll link it in the description. We talked about the brand new Xmas event that is coming, which looks really, really cool. And yeah, as well as that, we also talked about a few other changes and bits and pieces, which some of those things look really, really nice. But today, as promised, we're going to spend an entire episode here talking about bee mutations, because this seems like it's going to be a pretty cool and unique feature to the game, which I think is actually going to help an awful lot of people. So yeah, these mutations and stuff, I started to get sent pictures of these maybe 3 or 4 days ago. So once again, as always, if you do see something cool in the test realm, or someone's talking about something awesome with the new update, if you guys let me know, that's incredible. Thank you so much. What I tried to do is I wanted to kind of give some credits and stuff. So I went back and I tried to find a few people who tweeted me this first, I guess. So yeah, you'll see these pictures here popping up on the screen. So yeah, once again, to everyone who does this, thank you so much. Really, really nice, super helpful, and it helps me make these videos. And yeah, what you can see there in all of these pictures, we're actually going to focus on the pictures from the Bee Swarm Simulator Leaks Twitter page, because these ones are quite nice pictures. And what we can actually see here is next to the actual bee, you now have an option or a little box that says mutation. So yeah, before we actually go into the details and the specifics of this, because I do have lots of information from Onnit himself talking about all of these various mutations. Basically, these are additional multipliers that are added to your bees, which will essentially boost up your stats. So when it comes to Bee Swarm Simulator, there is no surefire way to just instantly turn your character into a beast, basically. How you do it in Bee Swarm Simulator is you essentially add up tiny little bits and pieces, and the more you add up, the better you get. So I'm talking about bee leveling, I'm talking about gifted bee abilities, I'm talking about badges, I'm talking about amulets, that kind of stuff, I'm talking about gear. All of these things combined essentially boost up your character. So it seems like the mutation system is a really nice way of gaining additional multipliers, and that's going to pretty much affect everything. It's going to increase your conversion amount speeds, your gathering amounts, your energies, your bees attack, all that kind of stuff. So you're probably wondering, well, how on earth do we actually start mutating our bees? What is this? How does this work? So Onnit says here that it is rare to get a mutation and rarer to get the mutation that you want. But there will be multiple ways to give them mutations. So essentially, this is going to be something that anyone can kind of do. And it's a case of it gives you something extra to actually work on in the background. So I think this is really nice, actually, because I think it gives more attention to the hive itself. With the game, there's so much stuff to do in this game, but at the core of it, the game is called Bee Swarm. So I think, looking after the hive is a really nice little bonus, I guess. And in terms of the actual kind of way that you do this, well, it seems like right now there is no specific way to do it. Does that make sense? It's still in testing. Here, see what I mean? So Onnit says that the real ways of mutating the bees aren't in the game yet, and the numbers are arbitrary right now. So I haven't had anything that changes a specific bee's stats other than the hard-coded tabby bee and gummy bee boosts, so that's what I'm watching in the test realm. So as of right now, arbitrary essentially means the numbers are kind of like placeholders. So those could change over time when the update is officially released. But as of right now, there isn't the real way of doing it, I guess, in the game. It's more on it is testing the actual functions behind it. And I believe currently It is linked to using royal jellies, I think to feeding treats as well, and apparently moon charms. Ah, yeah, here we go. So currently, as I mentioned, I think royal jelly is one of the ways to get them. So it says here, I have royal jelly set to mutating the bees on a fixed chance to see if they're working. So I kind of feel like the royal jelly thing, it's definitely more of a placeholder. You see, the problem is if you use royal jellies, then no one's going to want to use royal jellies on gifted bees to try and get a mutation, because as soon as you do that, you're going to lose your gifted bee. So I do think that it's not going to be royal jellies as the actual item. I guess this is just a way to actually test it. And then on it goes on and says, there will be certain events and items that can mutate bees. Rare bees like mythics and events will probably most likely be mutated in that way, because the odds of getting a mutated mythic from royal jellies, which is the test item, is so incredibly low. So basically on it here is saying that the way that you actually get mutated bees, it seems like there's going to be a rarity system. So it's most likely that you're going to be able to get the mutations on the rares and the epics easier than the legendaries and the mythics. So there's going to be either special items or special events that will give you a chance to mutate those event bees. So in terms of the actual buffs that you get, I feel like it's going to be pretty similar to all of the usual stuff. So you're going to have a conversion speed boost. You're going to have maybe boosts in maybe pollen. You're going to have speed boosts and stuff. You're going to have attack boosts. I think the attack boost one sounds good. It's going to mean a lot of people are going to be able to do more damage quicker, which I think is really nice. And from what I can tell, it's almost sort of random as to when you get that mutation, the mutation will be kind of a random thing. Now, what I don't know is if a bee is mutated, so for example, if we got this shy bee and it had like, I don't know, plus 20 energy, would we then be able to get rid of that mutation and then maybe try for another one? I have no idea. So interestingly here, it seems like there's going to be multiple ways or maybe even multiple items to actually mutate your bees. On it says here that the ways bees mutate aren't going to be the same. The star treats won't give bee mutations, and moon charms are testing applying a mutation rate to treats. What? So, wait, let me read this one again, right? So he says, moon charms are testing. So he's using moon charms, applying a mutation rate to treats. Oh. So I wonder if there's going to... So this is what I'm thinking right now. So maybe there's going to be like an item which you can combine with treats, and then when you feed those crafted special treats to your bee, maybe that would trigger the mutation. So my example, right? This would be really cool. I just thought about this. You have something, so if you think of mutations, you think of something that's like radioactive, don't you, or glowing. And the only thing currently in the game that really glows are the moon charms. So what if you had like, maybe not the blender, but maybe a brand new like area. So something like a blender, but like a radioactive version. And what if you combined moon charms with a type of treat? So for example, blueberries. Maybe you get like radiated blueberries, and then those radiated blueberries, when they're combined with the bee that loves them, that would then give you a chance for a mutation. I think that would be really cool, because essentially what it would do is it would allow you to use your different types of treats, and also, I guess, use your moon charms. So I should mention as well that everyone's probably going to be like panicking and thinking about moon charms and stuff, but on it does then go on to say moon charms won't be the main way of getting mutations, so you'll probably still want to save them for glitter like always. So yeah, don't hold up on moon charms too much. I mean, it's always good to collect them just in case you need them, but I'm guessing they're going to be other ways. However, I do think my idea is pretty cool, don't you think? I mean, we've already got the system of the sunflower seeds, the strawberries, the pineapples, and the blueberries. Certain bees like those more, so why not try and use them in the mutation system in order to actually try and get those extra boosts? So I guess just to kind of back up our sort of comments and stuff from the very beginning of the video, so, you know, a little bit more focus is going to be made into the hive, which I think is really, really nice. So the first thing, like, I would say is, like, there might be some people who are like hearing this being, oh my goodness, no, we don't need another way to make it more complicated and stuff. I actually think it's going to be really, really good, because essentially you're not going to need more bees or anything like that, but the bees that you have are actually just going to be much better for you. And I think that's really, really cool. So I think this is actually a really neat little feature. This is going to be fun to play around with. On it then says, the power creep from mutations on bees will help keep bees and hive building a main feature. So the last update got all of its power creep from equipments. So power creep basically means like how the characters got stronger. So, you know, we had the new petal wand and the petal belt. Oh, jeez. Onyx, can you fix this slingshot? Drives me nuts. Yeah, so, you know, the new items and stuff, that was the way that the characters got stronger. So then he also says, but this update is more focused on bees again. So the mythical bees, so potentially 5 new ones, we spoke about that last episode, and mutations are going to be the ways that people are going to be able to get better characters. So it doesn't seem like there's going to be any like equipments and stuff coming in this particular update. I'm sure there will be new equipments at some point, but it seems like the actual way that you play with the bees and build your hive and upgrade your hive is going to be the next way to gain those additional multipliers. So I feel also this is going to be something that's going to work on every level of the game. Now the thing is, it does say here that the higher the level the bee, you will get better mutations. So there is still lots of focus on trying to upgrade your hive and trying to get nice high level bees, which I think is really, really nice. But, you know, even at a low level, you're still going to want to try and get a few mutations on your bees if possible. I think that's definitely going to be something which is going to be great. However, it does also work for mid-game and later game players. On here does say as well, so he wants to extend the hunt for the ideal bee into the extreme late game, like how Gifted Bees extended. So I remember when the Gifted Bee update came out and it was like, oh my god, this is the best thing ever. And we spent months hunting for all of our gifted bees. And you know what? It was kind of frustrating at the time, but I look back on it and I was like, you know what? That was really fun. I kind of miss that, to be honest with you. I miss, you know, doing all the royal jellying. And the thing is, I'm excited because we're going to be able to do that to try and get the mythic bees. So that's going to be something that's I'm really looking forward to. Although it's probably going to annoy me and there's going to be dupes. We've not said that for so long. If you remember dupes, you're an old school Bee Swarm Simulator watcher. And I applaud you. But yeah, I guess you can kind of try and hunt for that ideal and perfect combination. So in terms of what that ideal combination is, I have no idea. So I'm guessing, like, I think on it here says something. Where was it? He said... Oh yeah, here it is. He says, I think most people will just try and get conversion rate or attack rate through mutations, but I'll experiment with different types of mutations. You can get them temporarily in the test realm now, and the mutation rate is ramped up. So yeah, anything in the test realm is still being tested. So obviously that's why it's the test realm. But he seems to think that the conversion rate, so the conversion rate is how quickly you empty your backpack and stuff, or the attack, which is how much damage you do, is going to be the most popular ones. And I would probably agree with that to some extent, although I would personally pick attack over conversion rate, just because microconverters are like in play these days, and that's how I make my honey, I guess, but everyone's different. Instant conversion, I think, is going to be a big one. If instant conversion is offered, I feel like instant conversion is going to be one that people really want. But yeah, I definitely think that the bee attack is going to be really good. And yeah, oh yeah, in terms of the actual multipliers, he says that the additive mutations are all applied before any multipliers. So the percentage ones are all unique multipliers, so they stack with all other multipliers. So yeah, I don't quite understand what that means, but he's basically saying that when you mutate a bee, that percentage boost will apply to your bee before any of the other multipliers are in play. So I'm guessing that means something to do with the bee's level. Oh, I don't know. There's a lot of maths like behind Bee Swarm, and I couldn't even imagine developing something like that because I just don't know enough about it. But yeah, in terms of what we've learned so far, I guess that there is going to be a specific way to actually mutate your bees. I don't think it's going to be royal jelly. I think he's just testing like the automatic feeding options for stuff like that. I feel like there's going to be a specific way to do it. Maybe a new type of item, which is going to be slightly different. And in terms of mutating the event bees, the thing is, because the event bees don't have a specific favorite treat, I think that there's going to be special events and stuff to maybe have some special items which will allow you to do that. So maybe like the equivalent of a star treat or something, but maybe like a mutated star treat, which sounds pretty cool. Now, I guess the even more confusing thing, and obviously we've been through all of that information, so I don't want to overload you guys too much, so I thought, oh, good news as well, actually, there's been even more information, which I'm going to do another video on, so it's going to be a bit of a bee swarm party on the channel over the next 2 or 3 days. I do also have that tips and tricks video to do for average game players, like mid-game players. Definitely going to do that, I did promise that. But yeah, I want to, keep up to date with the latest stuff. So that will be coming, I promise. But having said all of that stuff, On It then goes and says that he doesn't expect transforming to be the main way to get mutations on bees. So what does that mean? I have no idea. It's a bit of a curveball there at the end. I don't know. I have no idea what he means by that, but I thought I would include it anyway, because I thought maybe you guys would like to think of your own ways to mutate bees. What do you think is going to happen? So my theory is there's going to be a special, like maybe a special machine or something where you're going to make sort of radiated treats. And then I think the radiated treats, when they're fed to the bees, it's going to give you a percentage chance of actually mutating it. So it's essentially going to be like a mutated version of a royal jelly, but instead of re-rolling the bee, it's going to be like giving you a chance at a mutation. Does that make sense? Kind of. And I think there's going to be specific ones for each type of bee. So, ones that are red, ones that are blue, ones that are colorless, that kind of thing. But yeah, that's my theory. As of right now, I don't know. But I think that could work. And I think that would be a clever way of doing it. But yeah. So do not fear, we'll be back very, very soon. I've got even more information. I've got some more general information, but some actually really, really interesting information. So make sure you stay tuned for the next Bee Swarm video and all that good stuff. And I will see you guys next time. So thank you very much for watching. Really hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please remember to poke me in that like button. And if you are not yet subscribed, go for it, because we do Roblox done fun. But until next time, thank you once again for watching. It's been such a pleasure. As always, thanks. And see ya.